What a huge difference one day can make in your mood when it comes to Nottingham Forest. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a wonderful day and welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news. And what a change in my mood. And that's what football can do to you, and I just love it. Look, I know we played Blackburn B or C team yesterday, but how nice was it to see 4 goals go in for Nottingham Forest. We'll come on to that match in a second, but we've got to start with the big breaking news on Nottingham Forest, and what great news it is. Like, I didn't go to bed happy enough as it was with the result yesterday. You wake up this morning and you see our club doing something special and amazing. Look, I can only remember Barcelona doing this before UNICEF, and now we can see in the biggest spotlight in the Premier League, Forest have teamed up with UN refugees and have a charity on their logo. We will have the UNHCR on the logo on the shirt, from the 1st of January, which will be showcased against Chelsea in the Premier League, which is absolutely fantastic news. This is a great charity that does work on stuff that I've worked on before. They work with refugees in Ukraine, in Syria, and in Afghanistan. And I just find it's a proud moment for me in regards to my feelings towards the club. I wish we'd done this at the start of the season, but we've done it now, and it's fantastic to see that a huge Premier League club like ourselves has looked aside from profiting, from using gambling, from using alcohol, from things like that, to put something charitable on our shirt, which will raise the profile and awareness of all those refugees across the world. In England, we are all struggling with the cost of living right now. I can tell you now, I'm in jumpers 24/7 at the moment, but we live in warm houses. We have a lot to be thankful for. Imagine going through that freezing cold with no heating, living in tents, living in refugee sites and everything like that. And for me, this is such a touching gesture by Nottingham Forest. And it does make me extremely proud to support a club that is willing to do something like this. Now, in terms of how you get this applied to your shirt, well, at the start of the season, Forest did say that once the sponsorship was done, you could retrospectively add it onto your shirt. They still haven't announced the details of how this will happen, but they have said that they will let us know in due course. And of course, we will keep you up to date with it here on the channel. But it is very, very likely, I think you can say with 100% certainty, that if you've already got a Forest shirt and you want to add this beautiful logo onto it, and I think it just completes the shirt, it makes it look fantastic. Even though I'd started getting used to the no logo thing, no sponsorship thing, should I say, I think it looks fantastic. Just have a look at those shirts. Let me know down below in the comments which shirt now looks the best for you. I quite like the third away kit now, and I'm semi-tempted by it. I still don't like the yellow kit. I don't know why, it just doesn't look right to me. But the home kit and the third kit look fantastic in my opinion. And even the yellow kit that I'm not too fond of with that sponsorship really does kind of pop it out a little. But what I've done in relation with this, I've also set up a Just Giving page. We here on this channel and this family have raised a lot of money for charities already this year. We raised well over £1,500 for the NHS hospitals, and I just thought it's not something I'm going to push or what have you. We're just going to have a nice link. We'll leave it running throughout the season for UN refugees. It will be in the description below, and I'll pin it to the comments as well. So if there's any amount you would like to donate, just to put us in line as a fan base with Nottingham Forest have done, we've set up the page on Just Giving, and the link is in the description below. But really, what a nice way to start the day after a great evening of football yesterday. But let me know what you think of the shirts. It really has put a smile on my face. Let's move on and talk a bit about football. So on to football, and Forest progressed through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. No longer will we be referring to this as the Mickey Mouse Cup on this channel, because this is an extremely important cup, should I say now. It is the Carabao Cup. It has history in Nottingham Forest. We've won it 4 times. We're now into the last 8. And potentially, if we win this trophy, Europe beckons next season. I kind of like the sign of that. Even though I still expect us to qualify through the Champions League, this is not a bad backup plan to get into the Europa Conference League or whatever it is called now. But I just want to touch on the performance. Look, you can only beat what's in front of you, as I said on Twitter last night, and beat what was in front of us we did. Granted, Blackburn were crap, but it still shows you there is a big divide and a big jump between the Premier League and the Championship. And Forest are starting, hopefully, to make waves into that. It was an all-round solid performance. We went through the player ratings yesterday. There was one mistake in the match with their goal where Worrell was asleep a little. But outside of that, honestly, I was very impressed with a lot of what I saw. And in a way, you kind of wanted to see that type of performance, should I say, in a couple of the previous friendlies. And that would have built a lot more momentum going into the scummy match against Manchester United. But we are where we are. And that performance is going to build confidence. So the way I'm looking at it now is Forest are undefeated in 3 matches. Spurs, Crystal Palace, and Blackburn Rovers as well. And we go into Manchester United, hopefully with confidence. And for me, the person I want to talk about today is Brennan Johnson and what that match yesterday is going to do for his confidence. Hopefully, he goes on and he continues to perform how he did yesterday. I thought he was unbelievable yesterday. His finishing was nice. He had a few more chances, could have scored. Definitely should have had at least one more penalty. But the confidence this guy has been needing has come at the right time for us. You've got Scarpinia knocking on the door, who's 10 or so days away from putting the Forest shirt on for the first time and going out and performing. And Brennan Johnson must know that his position is under threat from the Brazilian wonder kid, even though he's 28. So it was really good to see him step up and perform. Like as mentioned in the watch along yesterday. By the way, let me know what you thought of the watch along with those two. Was it a bit too crazy or did you quite enjoy the banter of it? But as mentioned yesterday, the World Cup is out of the way. Brennan Johnson has nothing to focus on but Nottingham Forest and the Premier League this season. So are we going to see him step up and perform? I really do hope so, because I love that kid, especially for what he did for us last season. Overall, in general, I liked a lot of the performances. For me, having Iwobi up front makes such a huge difference. He wasn't a 10 out of 10 yesterday, but what he was a number 9. And a number 9 is so important. It gives you a focal point. And I got to give credit to Lingard's through ball to Iwobi, because that, if you rewatch that goal, maybe I'll get a clip up on here for you guys. But if you watch the ball that Lingard plays through, it's into the channel. But watch Iwobi's movement as he goes around the defender into the space and then opens his body up and actually finishes the shot with his foot. Didn't even need his shin yesterday, which was fantastic to see. But it's that striker movement and those balls that he hasn't been receiving. His strength isn't ball into feet, back up into the defender, playing some wingers. His strength is running onto the ball, using his pace, using his strength, and then shooting and finishing. And that's exactly what we saw yesterday. So well done, Lingard, on the through ball. Look, for me, Lingard had a good game. He's still not my preferred choice. I would still love him to succeed. I would still love to see him perform, but I want to see it done in the Premier League on a consistent basis with him. But he played really well last night as well. And in general, I think the midfield was quite good. There was a lot of people saying yesterday about Mangala and him not looking up to his usual sharpness. I tend to disagree. I think he's going to be imperative and extremely important for us in the second half of this season. And I liked the performance as well. Well, Freuler was still a bit too deep for me. I would like just to see those two switch around. Mangala playing as the CDM or in a deeper position, and Freuler being released up the pitch. Freuler for me was sitting way too close to the defensive line. too close to Worrell and too close to Bolly last night. But maybe at some point we'll see Freuler released higher up the pitch. We will get into what I think will happen against Manchester United. I think we will be reverting to a false nine. I know I hate to say it. I hate to bring a downer on today's video because I'm feeling positive and the positive vibes are quite good right now. But I think away from home at Old Trafford, I think Cooper will be considering that with MG Dub probably coming back into the team. Now, what else does this give us? This gives us hope and a bit of motivation for the rest of the season. And what we don't want to happen is for the balloon to get popped against Old Trafford. So what I'm saying today is let's enjoy this week. It's a week of great news so far with a win against Blackburn, 3 in a row, technically speaking, in competitive football, and a fantastic gesture by the club on the shirt sponsorship as well. But let's not get too high and too ahead of ourselves like I did against the Liverpool match. Let's see what happens at Old Trafford and Chelsea. These are huge key games. If we can get some points out of this, and we will have a huge build up to this Manchester United game. I've been waiting for this game for 23 years. I've been waiting just to rub it in Twist's face. If we can beat them, like I'll say it now, if Forest beat Manchester United, I'm Cooper in, I'm Lingard in, I'm everything in. Get me the 3 points, guys. This one means the world to me. It's so personal. So, lots of good news coming in from Nottingham Forest. We're going to have loads more videos throughout today and the weekend and the build up into the festive series. And on Monday, some big stuff coming out and some big, huge news being announced. So make sure you're around for that, because you're going to want to hear what I have to say. We will wrap the video up there. We will leave you guys with a smile on your face, hopefully. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will be airing the Grumpy Old Reds podcast episode number 4 from tomorrow. So make sure you're following that on either Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcast, should I say, or Google Podcast, or whatever platform you use. We'll be talking about the Blackburn game in more detail, and we'll also be doing a preview into the Manchester United game. The link for that is, of course, as always, in the description down below. If you've enjoyed the video, if you still got a smile on your face, please don't forget to give us a quick like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you want to support us, 4 more members and we unlock the Scarpina emoji. It's only 99p. Please hit that join button down below. Thank you for your time as always, guys, and come on, you Reds.